Maria Bartiromo just added in the commercial break she wanted to add on the air that this solution is going to take time. Of course, the economy has been topic one this week, and not just here in the stock exchange, but wherever two or more Americans are talking across this country. That includes the campaign trail, where the candidates for president, however much they might want to talk about each other, are being forced to react to what has become a huge ongoing story with, remember, 25 days to go now until the election. We have two reports tonight. We begin with NBC's Lee Cowan covering the Obama campaign.
Well, Brian, it was all about optimism from this campaign today. Barack Obama even quoting FDR's famous line about fear in the midst of a crisis and imploring John McCain in the midst of this particular crisis to stop the negative campaigning.
On the steps of Ohio's old State House, Barack Obama tried to calm worries that America's financial house was crumbling.
So now is not the time for fear. Now is not the time for panic. Now is not the time to turn Americans against each other. Now is the time for resolve and steady leadership.
Gone today, though, were earlier charges that McCain was erratic or risky on the economy. Instead, he blamed the Arizona senator for the anger that was popping up during some of the Republicans' rallies.
We are mad. Nothing's easier than riling up a crowd by stoking anger and division. But that's not what we need right now in the United States. The times are too serious. The challenges are too great.
The challenges of the deepening economic crisis called for, he said, a new rescue plan for small businesses, similar to the one used in the days after 9/11, designed to infuse immediate cash. His plan would offer disaster-style loans through the Small Business Administration, eliminate lending fees for borrowers and lenders, and offer a temporary business tax incentive through 2009.
Now, I know John McCain's worried about his campaign, but that's not what I'm worrying about. I'm thinking about Americans losing their jobs and their homes and their life savings.
The Republican National Committee, though, was quick to criticize the plan, saying Obama's past voting record on giving tax breaks to small businesses doesn't match this new rhetoric. Still, Obama says with 2/3 of the new jobs coming from the small business sector, that's still the place to start. Lee Cowan, NBC News, Columbus.
This is Kelly O'Donnell traveling with John McCain in Minnesota and Wisconsin today.
We have 25 days until the time of choosing.
Late tonight, a big development out of Alaska. A legislative panel issued its report on a case that's been called Troopergate. The panel finds that Governor Sarah Palin abused her power when she fired the state's public safety director last year. That dismissed official, Walter Monaghan, complained the governor had pressured him to fire a state trooper who is a former brother-in-law of the governor. Palin, who was campaigning today, has said she dismissed Monaghan over budget disputes and claims the trooper repeatedly threatened her family. The McCain-Palin campaign has argued the panel in Alaska includes supporters of Senator Obama. Now, before that news, today McCain offered an idea to help investors.
To spare investors from being forced to sell their stocks at just the time when the market is hurting the most, those rules should be suspended.
Right now, investors who have a company-sponsored 401k or an individual retirement account are required to start taking distributions, pulling some money out of those investments when they reach age 70 and a half. McCain says Congress should give those investors an extra year to let their deflated savings bounce back. By offering up new ways intended to ease economic worries, McCain is trying to focus on voters' future, and that might help his own politically.
How many times, my friends, have the pundits written off the McCain campaign? We're going to fool them again. We're going to fool them one more time.
Today, McCain's more stinging attacks aimed at Obama rolled out in new TV ads.
Obama. Blind ambition, bad judgment.
Late today, McCain gently admonished supporters who urged him to hit Obama harder after some crowds got rowdy this week.
I don't mean that has to reduce your ferocity. I just means it's got to be respectful, okay? He is a decent person and a person that you do not have to be scared as President of the United States.
And, Brian, usually when we're counting down to the election, we see allegations of voter registration fraud and voter suppression, and we are seeing that this year, too. And some of it, of course, is going between both parties, but a lot of attention's been focused on a group called Acorn that has some ties to Senator Obama, and there are investigations underway in quite a number of states. Brian?
Kelly O'Donnell and Lee Cowan covering the presidential campaigns for us as we wind up this week. Thanks to you both.